What's up, guys, and welcome to the last episode of Season 1 of the Newcastle United Career Mode series, and oh man, am I excited for it. It is going to be a super crazy one. I can feel it. Very convincing, but now the job only gets tougher as we play probably my three toughest teams in this series. So yeah, Spurs are fighting with Liverpool to be league leaders. If they beat us in this game, then they will take the top of the table. And yeah, then we have Brighton, of course, in this episode, who I always struggle against. And then we have Liverpool to end off our Premier League run this year. And yeah, like I said, they are fighting with Spurs for that top spot, so it's going to be rough. Definitely going to be a rough fight for that sixth place spot. But if we do fall down to seventh, I'm pretty sure that we can still make it, as we are 10 points clear of Wolves. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be in the Europa League either way at this point, which is great news. So realizing that, that does take a lot of pressure off these games in May, but obviously I do want to finish as high in the table as possible, because the higher we finish, the more money we get from the board. So yeah, we're definitely going to be taking these three games in this episode seriously, and I did manage to squeeze in another game in the last episode just so we could have some more time in this episode to do some end of the season little surprises, and just like to look over all of the team's accomplishments this year. So yeah, I think that'll be a really good way to end off this first season. But for now, we're just going to jump into this game versus Spurs and hope for the best. Alright, so when I was editing last episode, I actually did realize that once again, I keep forgetting, I don't know why, I did not show Manchester City's starting lineup. I'm really trying to make sure I remember to show the starting lineups of these big teams. But yeah, so here we go for Spurs. They have Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Son, and Mora up top. So that is a terrifying offense. No wonder they're doing so well in the Premier League this season. And then Ndombele and Lo Celso in midfield. That is such a good midfield, and actually I might be targeting one of those players in the future to buy, because those are both really quality midfielders. I was thinking Ndombele, but yeah, Lo Celso is also a really good shout. And then they have a strong defense as well. Fernandinho's a little slow and old, so we might be able to exploit that a little bit, but I don't know if it'll be enough to get by Hugo Lloris. And here we go. We kick off the game with Joelinton, and honestly, I'm just hoping for, I'm always hoping for a win, but a draw would be okay too, I guess, all things considered. It does take the pressure off now that I realize that we are going to be in the Europa League either way, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Joelinton slips this one through for St. Maximin. St. Maximin puts it in. Oh, that was a shot from St. Maximin, but he just whiffed it, and it went across the face of goal, and Saka, of all players, connects with it. And we take the lead early on here against Spurs. Spurs have not come out of the blocks fast whatsoever. I thought they were going to be putting tons of pressure on us right from the get-go, but they're playing like it's just any ordinary Premier League game. Yeah, Maximin totally whiffed that shot, but it ended up being a great assist for Saka, who's just in the right place at the right time. And we are 1-0 up against Spurs, who should be fighting their hearts out to win this Premier League title. Liverpool could win it, though. Phil Foden might be through now. Here goes Phil Foden. Gets tackled badly there by Maria Jimenez. Let's see if he's going to get a card. I'm pretty sure he will. Oh, really? No card for that? Wow, okay, he got lucky. Oh, Tomori in such an attacking position now. What has just happened? Tomori has just scored a banger for us against Tottenham. What? Okay. Tomori is low-key like the best defender I've ever used in this game. I mean, not seriously, but like, he feels like it. What in the world was that? He did step overs and everything, and he slams that goal home right past Hugo Lloris. What is going on? 2-0 versus Hotspurs. Let's go. Oh, here goes Spurs now with Son on the ball, and that was Spurs' first shot that really was a threat to us. This game has honestly been so easy. I don't know what Spurs are doing. They're playing like Newcastle of last month. They're not trying at all. They should be like playing their hearts out to win this title, but it looks like they're just gonna bottle it again. Saka cuts inside. Still Saka. Still Saka. Oh, it's his weak foot. I gotta start playing him on the right, but I don't have any good right-footed left wingers, so I always put Saka on the left. It's just his right foot is never quite strong enough to put the finishing touch on. Oh my god. I was not expecting that to be a goal at all, so I was not talking, but that turned out to be one of the best goals we've scored this season. Oh my god. I don't know how Urzi got to that ball and chested it down for St. Maximin, but he did. That was insane. St. Maximin barely slipped it through for Saka. Saka crosses it. Urzi barely gets ahead of the Spurs defender. Chests that one down to St. Maximin, who volleys it first time off the ground and slams it home past Lloris. What is going on? Jose Mourinho must be furious right now because Spurs were so close to winning the Premier League title and they've completely dropped it. Like, I was coming into this game expecting a loss. Spurs whipping in a ball now for Harry Kane, and I think that might have been Spurs' first shot on target, and Dubravka makes pretty light work of it. That was still a good save though. Good header as well. Alright, just gonna keep passing the ball around for these last few seconds, and this game is done and dusted. I have no clue what Spurs are doing. They are like, they were in pole position to win the Premier League title. An insane like feat for them to accomplish, especially with Jose Mourinho at his like this being his first year with Spurs. That would have been such a good accomplishment, but Spurs have, well, they've been Spurs and they completely blew it here. I'm pretty sure Liverpool are looking like the heavy favorites to win the title now unless they blow it even more, but that doesn't sound like Liverpool. Well, 3-0 against Tottenham Hotspur. I'm honestly just confused. That was a walk in the park. That game was so like chill. That was one of the easiest games that I've played this entire season. And it should not have been at all. Like, what were they doing? If they had won that game, they would be at 91 points right now, just above Liverpool. But Liverpool are 2 points clear with 3 games remaining. Like, wow, Liverpool are in pole position to win the title now because of that. I'm keeping the same exact lineup here, no changes, and this is our second to last game in the Premier League this season. One thing I did want to mention as well, because I mean I mentioned it in the last game, but I don't think I expressed it enough how good Tomori was. Tomori made a couple really good blocks, and of course that wonder goal, it was off of a free kick that just got passed off to one of our players. Tomori picked it up and did a couple stepovers to beat every single Spurs defender and slammed it home against Lloris. That was incredible coming from our center back. That's what a center back with like high pace, that's what it'll give you, and that's why I wanted Tuanzebe as well, just because Tuanzebe could probably do that too, but Florian definitely couldn't. But yeah, great to see Tomori playing like that. He's been so good for us this entire season. Definitely our best defender. Alright, and here we are against what is possibly my least favorite team to play in the Premier League, Brighton. This is going to be, well, based on our current form, this might actually be easy, but yeah, here we go on the attack already, actually. What's going on? Alright, never mind. But yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see what happens from this game. Oh, here goes Phil Foden now. Here goes Phil Foden now. And right off the bat in the 8th minute, Phil Foden has put us into the lead. Guys, what is going on? I think in the last episode, we went on a 5-game win streak. This episode, that game against Spurs extended it to 6. And now we could be on a 7-game win streak. A beautiful backheel pass to find Phil Foden. And Phil Foden with an amazing outside-of-the-box strike with his weaker left foot. In the top corner. Oh my god, this is insane. I don't know how we're playing so well. I mean, I'm not complaining. I think we kind of deserve to be playing like this after how we've been playing the last couple months, but wow, great goal from Phil Foden. Oh, here come Brighton on the attack now. Oh, this could be bad. This could be really bad as Konali scores. Oh boy, Brighton have put up a fight in this one, more of a fight than Spurs did. And he's getting real close to the camera there. Thanks, bro. But Yeah, that was a good goal from Brighton. Nothing really to complain about. Just he just lost to Mori there, and Tuanzebe couldn't keep up with Canali slipping in behind. So disappointing to concede, but let's hope that we can score another goal. Here goes Phil Foden again. Phil Foden from about the same spot that he shot in the, when he scored his first goal. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it again. I see Joe Linton. Joe Linton somehow squeezes through the Brighton players, and we finally get a goal that puts us into the lead against Brighton. 2-1 against Brighton. This might be the most goals I've ever scored against Brighton, honestly. I've either usually score only like 1 or 0 against them, but man, that feels good. I don't know how Joe Linton did that. It was a good ball from St. Maximin, but it was all Joe Linton. He just managed to pick up the ball, squeeze through those defenders, and he slammed it home past Matt Ryan. Nice goal. 2-1. Saka running down the wings now. See St. Maximin. St. Maximin trying to find Phil Foden. It's the chaos at the back for Brighton. And for some reason, Matt Ryan stayed in goal and did not come out to help his defenders at all. The Brighton defender just like slide tackled into Phil Foden to try to get the ball. It was a decent try, I guess, kind of dangerous, but he didn't end up getting the ball. He stopped Phil Foden though, and the ball was just sitting there in front of Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan did nothing. Nice back heel from Maximan once again. Defenders clearing it, trying to and falling all over the place. And Matt Ryan should have just dove out and tried to get the ball there, but he froze, and Phil Foden took full advantage. And a brace for Phil Foden, and it's now 3-1 against Brighton. Alright, so I am just going to sub a few players off just so they can rest up before our final match of the league against Liverpool. So I'm taking Foden, Joelinton, and Saka off for Atsu, Origi, and Almiron makes his return after that 5-week injury. So this will be a good game for Almiron to kind of just find his feet again right before the season ends, and hopefully he'll come back next season pretty strong. Almiron having an immediate impact. Almiron, oh, it hits the post off the deflection. Good save from Matt Ryan. Wow, okay. Almiron seems to be picking up just where he left off, and he is putting in a good performance already, just being subbed on. And that is the final whistle. 3-1 against Brighton. That is probably, that is definitely the best I've ever done against Brighton, at least on FIFA 20. I could not be happier with the team right now. We went from like 0 to hero, literally. Episode 9 being our worst performing episode yet, to episode 10 us demolishing like every team we came past, and we're doing the same thing again here in episode 11. I'm so proud of the team for once. Let's go. Okay, so our scout Anton Altonen, I never know how to pronounce his last name, but anyways, our scout just came back with his last report from France, and I cut that clip out just because it wasn't even worth having in. All the players were garbage, so I just scrapped them all, and now we get to send Anton to a new country, so I'm thinking Spain, because why not? I'm just trying to hit all the big countries so we can try to spread around and get as much youth talent as possible. Well, guys, it is the final match day of the Premier League season, and things are definitely very dramatic as Spurs actually did manage to beat Leicester City, so they're back within 2 points of Liverpool, and also that means that we are a full 5 points ahead of Leicester City, which feels really nice. So even if we do lose this last game to Liverpool, we will still be in 6th place. So we have secured the 6th place spot. No one has taken it from us. We will be in the Europa League next year if everything works out the way I think it will. And yeah, our last game is against Liverpool. So interestingly enough, if we keep this form up and manage to beat Liverpool, Spurs have a very good chance of winning the league. As let's see, yeah, their last match today is Crystal Palace, which they should be able to get the win against, but hey, who knows? Also, I mean, I kind of want to lose on purpose just to spite Spurs, because I don't like Spurs at all in real life. So like, it would kind of just be funny, you know, to lose on purpose to Liverpool and see Spurs bottle a title once again because of us beating them. Like, that would just make me really happy. So I don't know. No, I will play to win just for the entertainment purposes. But if I manage to beat Liverpool, I won't be happy about it. I'll put it that way. Here we are getting ready to face Liverpool at the St. James's Park. One change in the lineup, Almiron coming on for Saka, just because Almiron came on as a sub in that last game against Brighton, and he actually put in a good showing. So I thought I would just reward him a little bit with a start here. Plus, Saka hasn't really performed too well for us for the past couple months, so yeah, why not? Alright, so here is the lineup that Liverpool have gone with. Strong back line with Van Dijk, Robertson, and Trent. I'm not too sure who that... you pronounce his name. I don't want to. I'm not too sure who that guy is. And then midfield of Fabinho, Tolisso, and Alan. And of course the deadly trident of Mane, Roberto Firmino, and Salah with Alisson in goal. Looks like a strong Liverpool side. Let's just get into the game. All right, here we go. Final match day. It has been a long journey this season, but we have secured the 6th place spot. Now it's up to Liverpool to see if they can fulfill their hopes and dreams of winning the Premier League. Let's see how they do. Oh, Liverpool looking really dangerous. As here it goes. I couldn't even see who shot because it changed so fast. Oh, Tolisso. Okay, that was Liverpool's first attack, and they have been playing really well. Definitely a lot better than Spurs. A great block from Twanzebe already. Oh, here goes St. Maximin now. St. Maximin has pace for days as he gets by the Liverpool defender. Still St. Maximin now. Still St. Maximin now as he buries that one in the net. And we have taken the lead against Liverpool. Oh my goodness. St. Maximin just used his pace so well there. He's so fast. He just flew by the defender, pulled it back, and slammed it home in the bottom corner. No chance for Alisson. And we're 1-0 up against Liverpool. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, Liverpool win the ball back high up the pitch. Here's Roberto Firmino now in the box. Chips this one through. Oh my god, somehow it doesn't go in. It's chaos. And somehow Phil Foden clears it off the line. Wow, that was chaos at the back. Hold on, I'm going to replay that. Alright, Tolisso passes it through to Firmino. Firmino holds it up a little bit, chips this one across, and I don't even know what happened here. Mane gets the header over Lazaro. Somehow Dubravka got back to palm it, and it was just bouncing along on the line there, and Foden somehow gets back to clear it off the line before any Liverpool players can pounce. Wow, look at that save from Dubravka again. I'm going to bring it back. That was an incredible save. Oh my god, how did Dubravka get to that? That's insane. That was pretty much over the line. Wow. That's crazy. What a save from Dubravka. Oh, here comes Liverpool now with a cutback. It's beautiful football from Liverpool as Roberto Firmino buries this one. Oh, wow, that was really good passing play from Liverpool. Of course, they just used their pace on the flanks with Mo Salah. And, of course, they put it in for Tolisso. Tolisso cuts it back for Firmino. Good goal. Tolisso has been all over the pitch today. It feels like anytime there's an attack, Tolisso's involved. It's a quality signing from Liverpool. Mo Salah is just too fast down the flank, holding off Almiron, but he puts a terrible ball in, but we give it away once again. Oh, it's a big deflection from Tomori, but somehow it just avoids the net. It was a good shot from Firmino, but Tomori just gets in the way of it, and I thought it was going to go in the back of the net, but somehow it doesn't. Bentaleb going on a huge run from deep, slips this through to St. Maximin. St. Maximin looking for his second goal of the game. It's a good shot, and Urzi, the wonder kid from Newcastle United, gets there on the rebound and volleys it home. And Spurs fans all over the world are probably jumping for joy right now as Urzi fires us into the lead against Liverpool. Wow, good shot from St. Maximin, great save from Alisson, but unfortunately, whoever that number 17 is just not marking at all, and Urzi is free in the box for an easy goal. Alright, I actually did not realize that it's already the 83rd minute. If Liverpool get a tie, I think they still have a chance to win the league, unless Spurs are losing their game against Crystal Palace, of course, which I'm not sure about. But if they get a draw in these last 5 minutes, which is possible, then they could still have a good chance of winning the league, but we just got to hold on to this win. Spurs maybe with one more attack. It would be poetic if they found an equalizer now, and they do. I honestly, I'm trying my hardest. I'm not actually trying to let them win or trying to let them score at all. That was a completely like real goal that they just scored with Alan. The same man that wasn't doing defensive work and let Urzi score on the other end gets a late equalizer here. And Spurs, yeah, might not be the league champions. Wow, a last-minute goal, 90-minute goal from Liverpool. We know how that feels. They're probably so hyped right now, as they could be winning the Premier League. And that is the end of the game with that last-minute equalizer. It is going to be interesting to see the table. I'm not actually sure. Spurs and Liverpool might be tied on points at the moment. It might come down to goal differential to decide who's going to win the league. Okay, guys, all 38 games played in the Premier League this season, and I mean, we finished in 6th place, mid-table, not mid-table, but upper table, which is really nice to see. That's a good performance from Newcastle United. I think that's definitely better than they could have done without me as a coach. A couple of shocks, Chelsea actually finishing in 9th. That's really bad for them. Don't even make the Europa League, and yeah, we do manage to outlast Wolves and Leicester City. So yeah, we do finish 6 points ahead of Leicester City, but I'm just trying to stall a little bit here because I know what you're all waiting for. You're waiting for me to scroll up and show you who won the Premier League. Was it Spurs or was it Liverpool? So I'm going to quickly show you the result that Spurs got against Crystal Palace. Should be right down here. Let's keep going. Here we go. Tottenham Hotspur versus Crystal Palace, 5-0. So they absolutely blew Crystal Palace out of the water. If only they could have done the same thing against them. So the question still remains, who won the Premier League of 2020? I guess I'll just scroll up in 3, 2, 1. And it was Liverpool. Liverpool and Spurs had been fighting it out all season long, and they managed to finish level on points, 97 points apiece. That last-minute equalizer on Newcastle United managed to win Liverpool the Premier League. That is insane. That's so cool to think that, like, I mean, not cool to think that we conceded, but that we actually like affected where they finished all season long. So yeah, Norwich, Aston Villa, and Sheffield United, all three of those teams are relegated. Southampton barely avoiding relegation, same as Watford actually. Watford very close to the relegation zone as well. But yeah, all right, and here's some more Premier League stats as we check out the top scorers, and oddly enough, Jimenez from Wolverhampton Wanderers wins the Golden Boot with 27 goals in 38 matches. Definitely an honorable number to score. I think the record now is like 32, right? Because of Mo Salah breaking it a couple seasons ago, or last season. So yeah, no Newcastle United players in here, you might think, until we keep scrolling, and all the way down at the bottom and the last rank 25 is Saint Maximin, coming in at 11 goals in 38 matches. Wow, Saint Maximin played every single Premier League game for us. I actually didn't realize that. Wow, that's really cool. And here are the league's top assisters. Sterling coming in at first place with 17 assists in 38 matches. That's really good. Like that's a really good number of assists. He almost hit 20. And we do actually have 2 Newcastle United players here. In 18th, St. Maximin with 7 assists, and Phil Foden with the same number coming in at 20th. So yeah, really good to see our 2 boys that were carrying us the whole season pretty much get on the assist sheet and get some recognition. And this is something really interesting that I was not expecting at all, but Dubravka wins the Golden Glove this season. He kept 18 clean sheets in 37 matches. There was one match that he didn't play, I think, because he got injured earlier on in the season, if you remember, so that's why it isn't 38 matches, but 18 clean sheets in one less match than a lot of the keepers following him played. So yeah, that's really good for Dubravka, and it shows too, because we had one of the best defenses in the Premier League this season, if not the best. And just to confirm and show you guys, Manchester City did end up smashing Arsenal in the FA Cup final. So yeah, 5-0 against Arsenal, and Manchester City are the FA Cup winners. Good to see that we actually ended up losing in the quarterfinals to the eventual winners. So, you know, maybe if we beat Manchester City in the quarterfinals, we could have won. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And something else that I was waiting to show you guys is the results of the Champions League and the Europa League. So in the Champions League, I'm just going to go through the rounds real quick and the final. So yeah, round of 16, Liverpool beat Atalanta by a lot. Spurs got past Lyon. Real Madrid beat Bayern, but barely. Bayern almost mounted a huge comeback. Manchester City managed to get by Atletico Madrid. Valencia gets by Napoli. Inter by Chelsea. Juventus beats PSG. That would have been an exciting match to watch. And Barcelona beat RB Leipzig. And then in the quarterfinals, Manchester City ended up beating Juventus on away goals. Real Madrid crushed Spurs. Liverpool beat Inter by quite a bit. Valencia somehow beat Barcelona on away goals. So that is the quarterfinals. Then the semifinals, Liverpool absolutely hammered Manchester City, and Real Madrid likewise did the same to Valencia. The same aggregate scoreline on both of those two-legged semifinals, so that's interesting to see. And then the final ended up being a repeat of the 2018, was it, Champions League final, with Real Madrid taking on Liverpool, and it did end up going to Real Madrid, the European victors once again, without Cristiano Ronaldo somehow. So yeah, those are the results of the Champions League. Let's jump into how teams did in the Europa League. Don't worry, I'm not gonna list off all of these matches. I'm just gonna quickly go through, highlight a couple of them, and you guys can like pause the video, of course, if you want to look at the scores in more detail or whatever. So yeah, from this page, only thing that really stuck out to me, Manchester United ended up hammering Ajax, so good for Manchester United, I guess, and Ajax were kicked out of the Europa League pretty quickly. Then also nothing really special there. PSV were kicked out by Dinamo Zagreb, kind of interesting. And Wolves were actually destroyed by Frankfurt. I thought Wolves would put up much of a better fight than that, but guess not. Then Roma, Leverkusen, Wolfsburg, Arsenal, all teams you expect to continue through. Then we go to the round of 16. Manchester United again pulling through. Porto, Sevilla, Dortmund all winning those. Then the next page, Leverkusen actually gets destroyed by Lazio. Frankfurt, Arsenal, and Espanyol continue through to the quarterfinals. And in the quarterfinals, Lazio ended up silencing Frankfurt. Dortmund destroyed Sevilla. Manchester United barely got by Arsenal on away goals, and Espanyol continued to go through into the semifinals, where they got absolutely I was going to say flam-basted, but isn't it like lamb-basted? I don't know what I'm talking about. Manchester United destroyed Espanyol 7-2. Dortmund also went up against Lazio, ended up beating them 5-3 on aggregate, and the final was between Dortmund and Manchester United. But who would win? Can it be Manchester United? Can they achieve European glory once again? No, they cannot, of course. Don't be silly. Yeah, so Dortmund ended up coming on top of Manchester United 2-1. They are the winners of that, and it looks like the UEFA Super Cup next season will be between Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid. It is finally time, the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm going to walk you through some of our best players' statistics and just show you who got the most appearances, goals, assists, clean sheet. Well, obviously Dubravka got the most clean sheets, and etc. So yeah, Dubravka with the most appearances, tied with St. Maximin actually, 46 each. They were both really outstanding for us this season. Yeah, St. Maximin ended up finishing the season out as an 83. Dubravka, 31 years old, not really expecting him to grow anymore, but Dubravka was a lot better than I thought he would be this season. He started off as our highest rated player, I believe, as well, so good to see him, fill those shoes. And then Tomori coming in third with 44 appearances, and it kind of just continues to go down from there in the upper 30s. But appearances aren't interesting. Why are you showing us appearances? We want to see goals. Okay, I hear you. So Joe Linton actually ended up finishing with the most goals, which is kind of crazy because we didn't even play him for a couple months because I was so focused on Origi, and I was trying to get Origi to work for us because I thought that he would be a really good signing, but he turned out to be absolute crap. So yeah, Origi ended up getting benched halfway, like a couple months into the season, and then Joe Linton really just popped off and showed his worth. St. Maximin coming in second with 12, Phil Foden with 10, and the rest is, just a little bit. Urzi actually in fourth with 5. That's pretty impressive. He really popped off in like the last couple episodes, didn't he? So yeah, and here's this stupid guy down here. Look how many goals he got. Those are all in simulations as well, so he's pretty awful. Yeah, so I'm going to walk you through some of the attributes as well before continuing on to the assists. So I just want to show you how much players grew this season. So I guess I will start from, not at all, and just keep going until we see the most growth. So Dummett went up by 1, Tomori up by 1, as well as a couple others, Yedlin, Almiron, Muto, then up by 2, a couple of players, Twanzebe, who just joined our team in the winter window, so he was probably lower rated at the start of the season, but ended up going up to a 77. Hayden, Bentaleb up by 2, Origi up by 2, but that doesn't matter. Lazaro went up by 3. He was a 77, now he's an 80. He really showed his worth this season, especially when he scored that penalty and that free kick. He really knows his way around set pieces, doesn't he? So yeah, then St. Maximin up by 3. Then we take it up to 4. Phil Foden up by 4 ratings, made it to an 81. Joe Linton up by 5. Saka up by 6, and he didn't really show it, but let's hope that he'll get a little bit better next season. Urzi up by 6. He did show it. I would way rather have Urzi than Saka. Honestly, Urzi is so much fun to use just because of his pace and his shooting and everything. I don't know. He's just super fun player to use. So yeah, those are some of the overalls changing. And then let's go and show you guys the assists. So St. Maximin coming out on top with 8. Phil Foden with 7. Joe Linton with 5, Bentaleb with 5, Urzi with 4, and the rest is kind of just small little things. Probably a couple of these players got assists through like some of the FA Cup matches and stuff like that, like this Murphy guy who's not even playing for us. He's out on loan. He got a couple of assists in the Carabao Cup, actually, it says right there, so that's kind of cool. Good for him. Maybe we'll keep him next season, but probably not. And that brings us to the end of the season. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for the next episode, which will kick off season 2. We definitely have a lot of transfer business to attend to, a lot of financial business to attend to. I'm hoping that the board gives us a lot of money because there are some holes in the team now that I didn't realize would be there at the end of the season, because we had a lot of players on our team that were actually loaned from other teams. Like Lazaro, our right back, is from Inter, so he went back to Inter. He's not with us anymore, but maybe we'll loan him again or maybe sign him permanently. Same thing goes for Bentaleb. He actually went back to Schalke. So yeah, those are 2 players I actually didn't know would be leaving us, but it's okay. The team is kind of taking a new road. We're trying to refurbish ourselves, bring in some more youth, so maybe those guys leaving will allow us to do that and grow the team even more. But yeah, so that's all for next episode. If you liked this one and you want to see more, smash like and smash subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.